Hey, my name is Sophia Wren, and this is the third video in my series on making faster progress with Creative Soul. And I hope you get a chance to rest a little bit to prepare you for this next step. Because we've done a lot already. We have decided what are we focusing on among all the possibilities out there this very second. We have taken a little bit of rest to restore our energy so that we're really ready to create something. And now, this next step I really thought about because there's so many different things I can suggest, so many tools, and it's really hard for me to pick just one, so I'm really listening to the soul of this series to tell me exactly what to do. That's one of the cool things about working with Creative Soul is that we can discover each step of the journey along the way, and in the process grow so much. Because I've been resting a lot this week and really focusing on what I need to focus on, and big things are happening. When you're focusing on the Creative Soul, you're working with a shortcut. You are navigating past so many challenges you don't even realize. Okay, but it can really stretch us because we don't have a lot of people teaching this in the world. We don't have a lot of people talking about this. And that's why it's so important for me to share what I'm going to share today to balance out the rest of the world and the messages you're getting. The messages you might be even getting in your own head. This is another really tricky one for me to talk about because I sense you might have some resistance around this, and that might be exactly why you're not making the progress that you want to be making. And what is the cost of having slow progress for you? What is the cost of taking your time or idling or stalling at the level where you are now with your project, your business, your book, your transformation in the world that you're here to make, and in your own life, the transformation you're seeking? How do you create that faster? Because the way it's going probably isn't fast enough for you if you're watching this video. So the thing that is coming for me to teach you about today is letting go. It's letting go. I feel like some of you watching this probably hate me for saying that. You're like, that's not even a tool. That's not even a tactic. It's not even a strategy. That's not even a tool. That is the opposite. That is just giving up. That is just giving up on my dreams and letting things just fall, and doom and chaos will ensue, and I can't do that. If you're here, listen to me, hear me out, because there is a reason why you're here, there is a reason why you're listening to this. Even if you think you're awesome at letting go, maybe you still need to around this project you're working on. Maybe this is exactly what you need to do. And the thing is, I'm an overachiever. I understand. I have a background of overachieving, okay? I graduated magna cum laude from one of the top liberal arts colleges in the United States, one of the first colleges to ever educate women. So I am totally a work hard, gonna be independent kind of gal, gotta make my name in the world. I did AmeriCorps, working over 50 hours a week in service to people. I am an overachiever. It didn't help me to be happy. It didn't help me to be creative, to apply the same rules that worked really well in school to those passion projects that I know are going to make the biggest difference in my life, that are going to bring joy to me and to other people through my business, through my writing, through what I'm really here to do on the planet. Okay, there's something else I was never taught about. Because, see, people who are around you who might want to have some control over your activities, whether they are a loved one, family, people you were growing up with, your work colleagues, even friends. People don't realize they're doing this, but when people are trying to exert control over you, they tell you to try harder and go faster and push. And they're pushing you. And that makes you learn to push yourself into things, through things, to push. And the thing is that, although this might work for some things, okay, I think it worked well for school. Didn't mean I had a lot of personal satisfaction through that time. I might have on a paper accomplished something. But we're talking about things that are more than just something you wrote down that you did once. We want to have you create things that are going to be endlessly satisfying and make you feel really good that you did them, you did something that you can be proud of. Okay, and you can celebrate. And if you're here, you have a message that the world needs to hear. The world needs your book. The world needs your business. The world needs your services. The world needs your offerings. The world needs you to create whatever you're here to create, or to speak up about whatever you're here to speak up about. Okay, and I'm speaking generally here, and it makes it difficult. So I am going to offer at the end of this a way for you to talk to me personally, and we can get a lot more personal, and maybe this will make more sense to you. But letting go and playing around, daydreaming, drifting off, surrendering. There's so many ways to describe this feeling of detachment and looseness that will allow you to be free of all the bounds that people put on you, of all the ways that people expected you to be or behave. And that's what creativity is about. It's about freedom. It's a power. And it scares people. It can scare you in yourself. And a part of us likes to be in control. It's mirroring exactly what other people did to us, what society does to us, tries to control us. Okay? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but that's just what people in traditional ways in the past have done to have order. Because we have a human need for order, and playing can really freak out a part of us that doesn't know what it's, it's like, I don't know what I'm doing now. Oh my God. If I don't grip on and push and keep focusing on this problem that I need to solve, I'm never going to find the solution. But honey, that's not how creativity works. You got to unhinge your hands from the problem. That's why I gave you this image of the bubbles. Like, let it float away. If you need it, it will come back. Okay? It's a little bit of trust. It's a little bit of faith in the universe that the things that you're really supposed to do will come to you. That you will be able to figure out and receive those inspirations and ideas that are going to make the biggest difference for you to make faster progress on your own, in your own time, in your own way. A way that fits you and feels good for you. Because I don't just want you to make faster progress. I'm taking a stand for the right to have feelings, and the right to feel good, and the right to feel pleasure. The pleasure of creating, the pleasure of being a creative person, the pleasure of creating something that wasn't there in the world before, and you get to look at it, and you get to say, hey, I made this. I made this. And even if no one can totally appreciate it the way that I do, I have this creative freedom. I'm almost like a god. I am a divine being. I created as I was created. It's beautiful. It's magnificent. But you're never going to feel that good if you are gripping on and holding on and controlling the process, because the creative process cannot be controlled. It cannot be controlled. It is divine. It is miraculous. It is inspiring. And you have to become a better receiver. Okay, this is master level stuff. This is mastery. This is creative mastery. Knowing when to let go and when to hold on. Knowing what to focus on and what to let fade away in the background. Knowing when to rest. Knowing when to act. I've told you about some really amazing tools, and thank you so much for listening to this series. If you want to go deeper with this, if you want to have me hear more about what you are working on, what your goals are, what you're creating, so that I can be of service to you and letting you know what I'm hearing, what I'm seeing, what I'm feeling is the next step for you, so I can recommend resources to you exactly where you are for your next step. In this conversation, we could get really clear about what is really going on below the surface that you might not be able to see because you're so in it right now. I would really love to offer that to you. So this video is going to have a link where you can sign up to talk to me for free. So we can have a conversation about what you're working on and how to get you to having faster progress. So I'm really here to be of service. And so I'm really grateful to have shared these tools and messages with you in this series. And I appreciate the time you took with me to learn here and to accept your role, your next steps on your creative process. I know you're here to do really big things if you're here watching this. Thank you.